Welcome to the 36th episode of Beard and FRIENDz. Now, in tonight's episode, I want to talk about some things. And it's things that have been on my mind. It's things that people come to me and have brought to my attention. I know you might not believe this and may find it hard to believe, but there's some people who write me and was like, I don't want to put my name out there. I don't want to be on your show. I don't want a Zoom call. I don't want to be interviewed, but it'd be cool if you would do this. If you would do that. If we can talk about some issues at hand without giving my name. And I'm like, okay, all right. So tonight, I want to talk about Pickeruppers, striving, and acts of kindness. Okay, as a picker-upper, I've had friends that have told me, that have said, never change, never change. Big Beard, you have been the same since I've known you. You have, and they go on and on. I'm like, okay, all right, true, fair enough. Thank you. So you got to, those are the kind of friends, the picker-uppers, you want to be around. And that's just one example. They real friends accept you through all that you do and are. You know that? Real friends will accept you through all you do and all that you are. People need people as well. Sometimes we want to be alone. Sometimes, we don't want to be bothered. You dig? Because, being alone is a good thing, but there's times where we need that companionship. It's good for us. It's absolutely good for us to have that kind of companionship. And we need, every now and then, we need someone to tell us to suck it up, to call me when you get in, text me when you get there, let me know you got in. Someone to say that's a dumb decision, all the way to someone that says, good job, that was the best decision you've ever made. There's always, they are always there for you. They're a phone call away. I think it's very important that we have those kind of people. Now, you may know some people that will, I can call them here and I'll go through here. And damn well yourself that it'd be like running through the ringer with certain people. But you got those one or two, you may have more if you're lucky, but you got that one that you can call. Lickety split, they will be right there. In a night, in the daytime, no matter what, they drop everything for you. I think that's an important, to be around somebody that will do that. A picker-upper. Literally, they'll pick you up, carry you places, or they'll pick you up from inside out. I think that's pretty deep. I think that people, that we need that. That's what I meant by tonight, me talking about picker-uppers. Somebody that will pick you up mentally, physically, inside, out, emotionally. Be there for you. Very important. Another thing was striving. First, we got to know the definition. If you look up striving, or shall I say for the matter of this, if you look up strive, it's a verb, right? It means to make good and great efforts to achieve or obtain something. You dig? You put forth a great effort to achieve something. You got to struggle or fight vigorously. You have to strive against bias. You see what I'm saying? Always strive to be better than no one. I'm serious. The only person that I strive to be better than is who I was this time last year. See what I'm saying? Now, you got to remember that the strive, it's very important. You see, I'm speaking from my own experiences. I'm speaking from a non-professional point of view because I'm not a professional. I go through ups and downs like everybody else. These are just tips to help you. Maybe. I mean, they helped me. They helped me. I live a certain way. I don't go out of my way to live a certain way. I tell people, I just are. That's what I is. I don't know how to. That's not supposed to be funny. It's what I am. It's me. I'm glad to make someone's day, no matter what we do. Which segues into the next little thing I want to talk about, which is kindness. Kindness. You guys understand that? Understand kindness. The acts of kindness, shall I say. The acts of kindness go a long way. Some people think it's overrated. Some people go, I don't have time for this. Oh, listen at you, Big Beard. Oh, my God. Let me tell you something. Maybe this is not for you. But those who often put people down quick, those who often jump in people's faces, those who often say, oh, yeah, this and that, let's make it a big deal. And they take someone's thoughtful and heartful sentence or paragraph they write or said, and they make it fun of it. They mock it. Those are the ones that are hurting the most sometimes. Not necessarily people reaching out. Those who make you laugh the most. But acts of kindness. Let me tell you something. I was saying this earlier, that I'm glad to make someone's day through kindness. Like, absolutely. It costs nothing. Some find it very hard to be kind. But at the same time, for instance, a smile. At the same time, it can be, I can see where it's annoying, but a smile can make or break someone's day. You know that? It can. You can be too much, or you can be too little for someone. But if they're going to talk, right? Give them something to talk about. So that's what I'm saying. I can see why people would be annoyed, but would you rather be around someone who is joyful, who is cheerful, who actually, you don't know it, but actually comes from a background in an area in life that was just dark and was and then now they make people laugh. Now they come forward, they try to come forward and be the good guy, and sometimes that's hard for them. So if someone's acting nice, that may be, just maybe, they're that way because they come from there. And we don't want no one to feel the ways, that are bad. I don't know. Just something to think, something to ponder. You don't know how many people write me saying how positive I am. Teach me. How do you do it? The truth is, I know what it's like to feel down. And I'm guilty, and I will always say things like this. I don't want to be the reason someone continues to feel bad. I just can't. It doesn't make me feel good. It's like not helping someone out. Or if you can, well, they're just going to do this if I help them out. Let me tell you something. A person asking for help says a lot about them, and it might not bother you. But by you not helping and following your heart, it says a lot about you. I guess what I'm saying is follow your instinct. I mean, if somebody's begging for money, and I've had somebody tell me the scenario, this is why I'm saying this. I don't want to give him $20 because he might go and do this with it. They might go, okay, we'll go buy him something to eat. If someone in this situation, this person was talking to me, and I said, well, you could have went and bought him something to eat. They said, yeah, that's fine, but I was in a hurry. It's just easier for me to give this guy money. He was begging on the corner. They were on vacation, and this guy was begging for money, and they didn't they didn't want to, and they said they went against what their heart felt. And they said, oh man, it irked me for like 5 days, 4 or 5 days. I just moped around. But see, now it was eating away at them because they didn't do the good deed that they knew they should do. You can't control all the time what someone else does, but you can control what you do. And maybe I can go on a different topic one day and different video and episode and touch on that right there. Real quick, I have my own faults, and I try, and the key word's try, to make sure that people don't get to see that, you know? My problems aren't their problems. You dig? Just because I'm going through something doesn't mean the whole world has to. Now, a friend will listen to you. You can be a listening ear without being mean or judgmental. A friend will listen to you and give you the sound advice, if no advice at all. Sometimes. Sometimes you just have to help people. I know. I had a friend one time, and I like to think he's watching, and he knows who it is. I had a friend that needed to talk and use my couch. Okay? He went home the next morning, and we haven't said anymore. He literally wanted to use my couch and wanted me to be a listening ear, which I did. Those who are watching, who know what Big Beard and the crew is about, like, you listened? You shut your mouth? Hey, we all can do this. There's comes a time in our lives where you start to give back. Like I say that about our parents. You just got to give back. Well, you got to give back to the world too sometimes, you know? I'm just saying. I've been told, you're rare, man. Nah, I'm not rare. I'm real. You know? I'm a good friend, but I make a bad enemy. I don't like being on levels with people, but when I am, I am. And it takes a long, long time for me to trust you again. Once you break that trust, like most people should be. And you never know. You never know from day to day. You just hope you not get tested. Those are just some of the things I wanted to talk about. Pickeruppers, striving, and acts of kindness. I just wanted to do that. Well, guys, now here, I have to do something at this part of the show. Here in the South, we've had the winds and the aftermath from Hurricane Zeta. I believe I'm saying that name right. That had came up here and they blew trees down. And they blew, all kind of debris. I think some people had, obviously we had flooding with trees everywhere. Mind you, just a disaster. And we were out of power ourselves for a long time. I believe we come up to 43 hours. 43, 44 here at my home. And in this community that I am in. And that's a long time. There's other people that probably got power on yesterday. There were some people that had it on 5 days, 4 days off. Still later. Had it on an hour later. Some people had it on. But in tonight's episode, I've got to touch on this for just a moment. There's a small group of men who go around when the power poles are down. You might have heard of these guys. I call them the great linemen. It's people that you don't even call the police when times like this. You call the linemen. My kids and my wife, my family, if you will, stopped about 8 of these guys. Might have been more. I know they were like 8 or 12. And said thank you and gave them donuts and muffins. And that was a great gesture. They loved it. These guys were absolutely blown away that such acts of kindness were available to them. If you will, that's essentially what they were, their reaction was. From what I heard, I was working And but it's the thought that we said thank you. And this past every Friday, I hang out with friends, the Beard and FRIENDz crew, and we try our best to hang out, throw back a few brews, and play some cornhole, get some music going on. And we've done this for probably 3 consecutive years. There's a couple more who's done it way longer. But this past Friday, due to this storm, we did things a little different. We arrived with no power whatsoever. So there's nothing, we can't see, we can't hear. We got our phones. Under this current time, there are like 5 of us. And it is black as black can be. It is so dark you can't see your hand in front of your face dark. And you can just see little bitty, lights in people's windows. He's probably got 8 or 9, maybe 12 houses where he lives. And they're probably using candles or flashlights, what have you. And, well, we decided that we weren't going to let it get us down. And, well, we had no lights. So we noticed, obviously this was pointed out earlier in the day, that one of the transformers, there's trees had fallen on and pulled a transformer off, pulled some wires down. There were like 6 transformers that needed to be, and wires included, that needed to be looked at. And, well, we decided to take it upon our own right after dark on a Friday evening where we would be throwing back some beer and playing cornhole, that we're going to start a fire. We're going to get this debris and put it in the middle. They got this big area they burn in, and we're going to put it there, and we're just going to sit here and come together and talk, because this must be what is supposed to happen, right? So we do this, and well, you know what? Here, go ahead and watch his clips. Go ahead and watch this. It's been crazy 2020. And these storms that we've had has not helped anybody or anything. Here are just a few pictures of my neighborhood and what had happened around me. We live our lives. We do what we do. But when it comes down to nature and it comes down to the Mother Earth, we have no control over anything. This is the next morning, and what had happened that evening, well, when we hung out, we built us a fire, and we took this debris in a community and in an area where we were that had no power, just a few houses. We could see candle lights, flashlights, whatever they had, probably phones. And me and the guys, about, 6, 7 of us, instead of playing cornhole and getting it together like we do every Friday and throwing back some brew, we decided to come together, do what we had to do what we needed to do. Now, this is just a few clips from that evening and what had followed. Now, we had a fire, I said, and after we have a fire, this crew pulls up. This big truck liner pulls up shortly after, doing 6 power poles, transformers, and they came exactly to us. They knew where to come to, and like you would think, we had debris that had fallen down. That's what we were burning. The power line was down. We avoided it at all costs. I don't expect anybody just to do what we had done. We didn't get in the way of danger, but it could have been worse. But with all this being said, when it was done, we give it up to these guys. They talked to us, and they let us know what was going on. And at the end, you'll see a picture. This is a beautiful moment. Isn't that crazy? That was just a little bit of pictures just in my area. And the videos I threw together, you know, we talked to these guys prior to being, you know, them being recorded. One of the guys come over and talked to us for like 15 minutes. Really, really awesome guys, linemen. So we want to thank you. We want to thank, they did what they had to do. And we here at Big Beard and Friends want to say a big, humongous thank you to any time, anywhere for that matter, not just Zeta, not just these recent hurricanes we've been down here having and feeling the after effects and aftermath of. Anywhere in the world, globally, I'm giving a thank you to anybody, those first responders, those linemen, anybody for that matter. I want to say thank you. And I want to tell you, you guys are absolutely in thoughts, in prayers, and in our hearts. Some of them don't even get to see their family because they get so caught up in the work and they get, you know, carried out on their jobs. And it does not go unnoticed. You are, without a doubt, the awesomest people on the face of this planet. The things you do does not go unnoticed. It's the middlemen, the guys like them who make a difference. As always, I say 3 things before I go. What do I do? What do I say here? I don't know. Oh yeah, love, peace, chicken grease.
Big Beard!
Presentations.